Hello, students. I'm your instructor, Dr. Adelia Marshall. I'm here to introduce you to my teaching methodology, the Web-Enhanced, Student-Centered Approach. Most students are accustomed to an instructor lecturing in front of the class while students listen, take notes, try to memorize the information, and sometimes ask questions. This is the teacher-centered paradigm. In this paradigm, the student's role is passive, and the instructor is the primary source of information and evaluation. This paradigm fosters competition among students and individual activity. In the student-centered or learner-centered paradigm, students are actively involved in their own learning. The instructor's role is that of guide, coach, or facilitator to learning. In the student-centered class, students construct knowledge by integrating new learning into what they already know. They learn to fit the various pieces of the discipline together and construct the big picture in a collaborative as well as self-directed manner. In a student-centered class, at different times, students may be working alone, in pairs, or in groups, working together in discussions or in role plays, sharing ideas, opinions, and experiences, interacting with the teacher and the whole class, asking questions or brainstorming ideas. Also in a student-centered class, students may be teacher-led. That usually happens before students work together during activities, and the teacher will give them feedback, offer suggestions and advice, make corrections, and answer questions once students complete activities. Web-enhanced learning takes student-centered learning to the next level. It allows student access to all of the teaching materials, PDFs, PowerPoints, links to external URLs, and much more. These can all be accessed and studied prior to class so that the face-to-face interaction is much more meaningful and productive. The web-enhanced learning using Canvas will be illustrated here. In Canvas, you will access your course and you will see that it is organized into modules. These modules are arranged by academic week or by sections. When you click on the down arrow for the module, you will find all of the information you need to achieve the learning objectives for that course during the time period covered by the module. Each module contains a pre-quiz and a post-quiz. The pre- and post-quizzes are open book, so be sure to use this valuable learning opportunity. The pre-quiz is to be taken prior to the face-to-face class. The due date for the pre-quiz is visible on the module. The quiz will close and will not allow student access past the due date. The purpose of the pre-quiz is to prepare the student for meaningful interactions during the face-to-face portion of the class. It also gives the instructor information that is valuable in guiding student progress and learning by pointing out what students are having difficulty understanding. Each module also has a post-quiz associated with it. The post-quizzes are longer than the pre-quizzes. The post-quiz may be taken several times. Each attempt will pull up random questions from a large question bank, so each attempt will be different, giving the student and instructor an opportunity to assess understanding. Your course syllabus will provide additional information about your course quizzes. Each module also includes classroom activities. There will be handouts for students to either print and bring to class, or which students can view on their own laptop or tablet during class. There will also be various classroom activities that will be posted in the module. Clicking on the activity will allow the student to view the instructions and rubrics for the activity they will be participating in that day. Students will interact with each other and with the instructor in groups of varying sizes, as well as on their own. Here you can see an example of a group assignment page. Classroom activities are always accompanied by rubrics which explain what the student will be graded on and how many points the activity is worth. Classroom activities can vary. Here is an example of web-enhanced learning and student-centered teaching. Groups will vary in size depending on the project. Group members will be assigned by the instructor during the class. Group members will rotate to give students a variety of interactions. This is a group project that is done in small groups for the medical emergency class. The students create a patient that is having an emergency. Each group presents their patient to the rest of the class. Other students, as well as the instructor, will ask questions and give feedback. Here is the rubric for the previous Build a Patient group exercise. Other learning activities can be done and not graded. Here's an example of an activity from Head and Neck using skulls and pipe cleaners. This is another activity for radiography class. Some portions of this activity are ungraded learning activities, and other portions will receive a grade. Here the students are comparing radiographs with a projected diagram to learn how to identify normal radiographic anatomy. Group assignments are done in class, while quizzes are done individually, either at home or in the school library, online. Exams are proctored and are taken online during class time in the department's computer room. Once the student submits the exam, the student's grade, as well as correct answers, will be visible immediately, which eliminates post-exam stress. The student also will have the opportunity to speak to their instructor to clarify any questions or confusions prior to leaving the computer lab. Therefore, with web-enhanced learning and student-centered teaching, the student has the best of face-to-face and online instruction rolled into one. Using the web tools available in MyPHSC gives students continuous access to PowerPoints, images, files, and other instructional materials. Pre- and post-quizzes expose the student to the materials in a test format before they have a test, thereby reducing test anxiety. Classroom activities and exercises reinforce the materials learned and assist the student in crossing over from memorization to judgment. Combining student-centered teaching with web-enhanced learning gives students the tools to be the best they want to be. Being a teacher means helping people to learn, and in a student-centered class, the teacher is also a member of the class as a participant in the learning process. I look forward to having you in my class and joining you on your journey in lifelong learning.